And we are live. Good evening. Good evening to you. How are you on this very rainy evening? I know that it's been raining all around the country. Okay. I know everybody's experiencing rain and wind, but boy, when it rains in Scotland and you get one of them proper rainy days, everything's soaked and it makes the job of dogs even more difficult. It's just like, you're constantly taking the dogs out, drying the dogs off, drying the towels. So yeah, fun and games, isn't it, this weather? But we're in winter. I like the dark nights. They feel I think they're quite romantic in a way. Anyway, I'm babbling now. So I should just say good evening and welcome. It's Tuesday, it's 7 p.m., it's Mandy, and tonight I'm going to be talking about manifestation. So let's start by saying I am no specialist in manifestation or the law of attraction. I don't profess to be a trainer or an expert. What I am is a woman who has managed to manifest some amazing stuff over the last few years and is still doing that. And the energy is really high at the moment. And I don't know this for a fact because I'm also not a moon specialist, but I know enough and I know what I feel. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about tonight. So this is going to be a bit of an off-the-cuff live. So I'm going to start, as I normally do, by saying hi. Anyone who's watching for the first time, who hasn't seen me before, I am Mandy Nicholson, and I am the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm a creative retreat owner, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. Normally on a Tuesday night, I'll show up and I'll give you some really strategic training or some great information on something. And I'm going to do that tonight, but with a difference, because it feels amazing. Rachel's saying it feels amazing at the minute. The atmosphere at the minute is electric. And apparently in recognizing that, a couple of people have said to me, it's full moon, the energy is really high, something to do with Jupiter. I don't know all this stuff. I listen to people who tell me this stuff. I don't know it. What I know is how I feel, how connected I am to that energy, and how that's impacted on my vibration in my life. So I'm going to tell you a story tonight. It's storytelling time tonight. So let's hope that the connection's okay and you can stick with me. This is definitely worth sticking around and listening to this live because I've got something really big to share with you. Good evening, Joanna. Really big. And it's an example of what any one of us can achieve in our lives, because I am nothing special. No different to the next person standing next to me. We all have the same ability. So a lot of you will have followed my story over the last couple of years, from, my story of ended up at rock bottom in 2009. And that's the content of my book, The Life I Won. And then buying my dream home in 2019 for cash, the big changes that I manifested, the money that I manifested, the wealth that I manifested into my life, the perfect man that I manifested into my life. It was a period of 10 years of just constantly bringing things into my life. Now, what happened then was obviously COVID hit and I lost that perfect man. He died. And you could ask the question, did you manifest that, Mandy? No, that was the natural order of things. It was his time. And what you do after an event like that is you decide the path of your life going forward. And that's what I did. So after Gary died, I made the decision less than a year later to sell my house in Northumberland and move to Scotland so I could feel this goal of my castle more deeply. So manifestation for me is about acting. It's about taking action. If I put that into autocorrect, it always corrects it to act. So it's about acting, about taking action on the things that you want in life, because it's absolutely pointless sticking a picture of a castle on a vision board and not having a plan to go with it. I'm going to be talking about this in my planning and goal setting workshop and in another workshop after that. But you've got to come to the first one to even think about getting into the next one. So do sign up for that workshop. Links in the comments. But I'm a great believer in being practical in most of the things that I do. And I think that comes with my history of working as a senior manager and having my own business now for coming up for 13 years. I'm very practical in my approach, but I also think there's this energy going on. So I've been working for the last couple of years on and off with a wonderful lady called Stella Tudor, who did a live in my group today. So if you're in Creative Genius Corner and there's a live from Stella in there today, it's definitely worth watching. So I've been working with Stella for the last couple of years, and Stella helps me with that woo-woo side, with that reaching into the depths of your subconscious and your thinking, and how you can manifest your dreams, how you can visualize what it is you want and tap into the energy that already exists, because everything we want already exists. That's what I know. Everything we want already exists. And about a year, just over a year ago, I did a session with Stella, and it was probably about my 10th session with her, normally about an hour and a half. And we visualize, and she takes me to this subconscious place. And I had visualized owning an art gallery and coffee shop, and it was circular. It was round with a border around it. It's like almost like a walkway and a balustrade around it. And all the art was on the walls and everything was round. I don't think such a place exists, but that's what I'd visualized. So I was kind of thinking, when is this round gallery going to show up? And actually, what I've realized along the way in manifestation is when I put the castle on my vision board and said, this is what I want to do. I want a castle so I can provide creative retreats for women from all over the world. The castle was a metaphor for what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do, the why, was so that I could bring women from all over the world to creative retreats. It wasn't about the castle. I wanted to be in Scotland. It was about the location. And it was about what I wanted to do, the why behind the vision and the goal. So that's important to note as I'm talking through this live tonight. So you must be in touch with your why, the reason that you want to create this big vision. No, like I said, no use sticking a vision of a castle on your vision board and not having a really strategic plan. But it turns out that the castle was a metaphor, because what the universe gave me was a mini version of that castle. And that's what I'm doing right now. And, 2 years down the line from that vision board, I am running the creative retreats for women from all over the world. So I manifested the version of that I needed in my life right now. Instead of waiting for this 10-year plan to buy this £3 million castle, I manifested it. But there was still this vision that I'd had with Stella. And I'd had this vision with Stella of the castle and lots of other things. There's loads of other things in the bank of manifestation. That's what I call it, the bank of manifestation. All the visions that I've had, all the things I still want to do while I'm breathing and alive on this planet. So there was this gallery. So when I moved in here, guys, let me talk about this place that I have, this mini castle. So it was the old bank manager's house on the high street in Dalbeattie. In the olden days, in the 1940s, I think this was a bank, the 1940s to the 1990s. The bank manager was a really important person in these small towns and villages, even big towns. The bank manager was one of the most important people. So this was the bank manager's house, and next to it was the bank, and they were attached, and there was a big vault-like door between the bank manager's house and the bank. But when they sold the house privately, the bank, they split them up. So they separated the bank manager's house from the bank. So next door to me, attached to me, part of my house, there's a salon, a beauty salon called Cloud9 that was the bank, and I've got the bank manager's house. So this house was a 7-bedroom house, been fully renovated to make it into my mini castle. And I said from the start, wouldn't it be great if I also owned the salon and I could do something with that space? So when I moved into the house, I went and got my lashes and brows done at the salon next door. It means that I have to leave 10 seconds before my appointment time. And I said to the girl there that owns it, Gemma, who is lovely and who I've built a really lovely relationship with, I said, you know what, if you ever want to sell this, let me know. And do you mind if I have a look around? So very early on, I'd had a look around this salon and I thought, oh my goodness, this would make a great coffee shop and gallery. And then she showed me upstairs and there was a 1-bedroom apartment upstairs. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like, yeah, okay, great. And every time I've been for my lashes since, I've said, remember, if you ever want to sell this place, let me know. And this is what I'm talking about. Manifestation is about, for me, okay, this is how I understand it. This is what's happened for me from the get-go, is saying things out loud, telling people what it is you want, telling the universe what it is you want, not being frightened to say, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is why I want it. So I'd thought about this salon next door and how I could turn it into this coffee shop and gallery, but never made some connections. And about 6 weeks ago, Gemma said to me on an appointment as she's doing my lashes, by the way, I think I want to sell it. And I was like, shit. Okay, then let's have that conversation. So I have been burrowing away in the background since then, putting business plans together, submitting them to the bank, because this wasn't the perfect time after spending $250,000 renovating this house and buying this house for cash and all the work that I've done to it, for me to have spare cash to go and buy the salon next door. But it's an opportunity. Sometimes things are presented to us and we have to find a way. And that's part of manifestation too. Manifestation is about listening. It's about speaking your truth and telling the world and the universe what you want. It's about taking action and doing things to actually get you there. So I'd put a plan together for my 5-day challenge and book sales and all you're generating extra cash into the business. But I also put a business plan together and submitted it to the bank. So I put a post out, a bit of a cryptic post yesterday, guys. Sorry that it was cryptic. But today at high noon, lunchtime today, the bank manager came down from the bank to have a look at what I've done here and to have a look next door at the salon and let me talk to him about my plans. So it looks very positive, is all I can say to you at the minute, that I may well have a coffee shop and gallery very, very soon, as well as the art bank, as well as everything else that I do. But here's the thing. I thought back today and I had a little messenger conversation with Stella about this vision of this circular gallery that I'd seen. And I had a huge realization that the circular gallery was actually a metaphor for the synergy between all of the businesses that I have now, because every single one of them has been me following my dreams, me following my deepest passions and desires, my creativity, my writing, my painting, coaching women, choosing to work with just women and just creative women, following that passion, following those goals, following those real driver things in my life that I love. And it's almost like a layer of circles. They're so synergized. It's like each one complements the next. And then the gallery sits on the outside, because this is going to be a really top-notch coffee shop with really nice food, potentially a wine bar, doing exhibitions in the evening, a gallery, and there's a 1-bedroom holiday let running across the top of it. So there's an income stream from the holiday let, an income stream from the coffee shop and gallery, potentially other income streams if I do license it and do wine bar and art exhibitions. Plus, where are people going to eat if they come and stay here at the Art Bank for bed and breakfast? Where are they going to eat? Next door? Potentially. Joanna, and my dreams are smaller. Make me so happy. I want to build a little studio. Love hearing your dreams. I'm going to read that later. Honestly, I want you to have the absolute faith that when you tap into that vibration of saying, hey world, this is what I want. This is why I want it. Because guess what, guys? I want all of this, not because I'm greedy. I want all of this so that I can help more women, more people to experience creativity and how it really develops and soothes the soul, how it helps you in so many ways that so many people don't know yet. And I want to help creative women to build businesses and be successful and make money and do what I've done and be as successful as me. So while I've got however many years left on this planet, it's really important for me to keep stepping into those circles, those ever expanding circles that are connected. So this huge realization that I was in this mode of manifestation, tapping into whatever energy is out there at the moment. And to have arranged for the bank, I didn't actually arrange for the bank manager to come today. He arranged it. He contacted me to say, can I come down Tuesday at 12 o'clock? I did not know this was a full moon. It was one of the best days for manifesting. And when I knew though, that if I got the bank manager to the property and shared my plans in person instead of on paper, and got him to see the property and see the potential and talk about the revenue and the difference I could make in the community, I thought that's going to increase my chances of being able to leverage the finance through the bank that I need to make this project happen. So I wanted to share that with you tonight because manifestation is so much more than a picture that you stick on the wall. It's so much more than writing down 2 or 3 goals. It goes deeper than that. And I like to be honest, there are a lot of people out there that are saying that they can teach you how to manifest and all you need to do is this. And, you know, you put a picture on a board. Yeah. And it's so much more than that. And when you tap into all the things, all the energies, all the actions, all the different layers that are available to us to raise our vibration, to ask for what we want with confidence, to ask for what we want, knowing the why behind it, and tell the world and not be frightened to share. I could have kept you on the edge of your seat, dropping in teaser posts for a couple of weeks until I get an answer from the bank, to get you interested and engaging on my social media posts before I told you what I was doing. And I made the decision today, to just share this with you because it's happening now. I'm in manifestation right now. And what I will do is the bank manager's gone away and he's gone away today. And his job now is to put a proposal together for credit to the credit department of the bank. Now he's seen the property, he can influence that and he can add some extra comments to it. So I've done the right things, getting him here, talking to him, introduce him to Gemma next door, she let us have a good look round. So I've done all the right things. And my job now is to be on his back. So it's in my diary. It's Tuesday today, Monday, email the bank manager, Alan, we're on first name terms now, to say, where are we? Have you done your proposal? Where are we with it? This is the time scale that I want to do it in. So I want to be done for the season. I've got some renovation work to do and a kitchen and a bathroom to put in and, disabled toilet and a new kitchen for the cafe, coffee shop. So I'm in manifestation right now. So manifestation isn't something that's not there 1 minute and is there the next minute. You don't automatically go like this. It's not a magic thing where somebody just drops a castle on your lap or a coffee shop and gallery. You're in it for a process of time. And you're successfully in it when you continue to manage that process and take action and manage the process and take action. So it could have been stringing you along for weeks here, if not months, and going, oh, there's something exciting coming in the future. There's something exciting coming. Well, there is potentially. And even if it doesn't work out, I have no problem that I've shared this with you. And I would have no problem coming back on here in 6 weeks' time and saying, well, I didn't get the finance. It's not worked out, folks. Wasn't meant to be. The universe has given me a strong message to say this isn't the route I need to go. So I have no problem with doing that. That doesn't fill me with shame or failure. It's just the way it is. So there's no structure to this live tonight. I just wanted to come on and talk to you about the reality of how things happen. And actually, I do scare myself at times because this wasn't the perfect time for me to be thinking about a coffee shop and gallery. And I know it's a whole nother layer of extra hard work for me to go in and turn what is currently a beauty salon into a beautiful coffee shop with a gallery and create a holiday let. Yeah, and I know there's a whole load of hard work ahead of me, that 2023 could be a lot harder than if I just continued doing what I'm doing right now. But actually, when things are put right in front of you and dangled in front of you, it takes a lot to go, do you know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm just going to go for this because there's a message in this being put in front of me right now for me to act. The universe is going, okay, you asked for it. Here it is. Take action. And if you don't take action, it's meant for somebody else. So that's tonight's live. I hope that's made sense for you and that I haven't just babbled. And I hope that you've understood the message behind that, in that I want to live how your brain works, Mandy. I wish I understood how my brain works. I can tell you that. But it is this thing of, it starts and ends with self-belief. I believe that I am worthy of these things that I want to manifest in my life. I believe there's a good reason for me to have them. I believe that if I have them, I can make an impact in one way or another. I can make money. And if I make money, then I can pay that forward and I can buy from small businesses and I can help other people and I can keep that money. I buy all my food produce for the B&B locally from the local butchers and the local greengrocers and the local farm shop. I keep the local economy going when I make more money. I create jobs for local people. So when we make more money, it doesn't turn us into horrible people. It turns us into somebody that can have an impact going forward. So manifestation is not selfish. Doesn't matter if you want £1 million and you want to manifest £1 million, go for it. But think about how you're going to do it. Don't just put £1 million on your vision board, because think about the how and the why. Why do you want that? How are you going to do it? You know, a castle on my vision board. Why do I want it? What's the why? And then how am I going to do it? And I will be sharing my plans and how I created and manifested all of this big stuff in detail through the workshop on the 18th. So get yourself signed up for that. So there'll be that's all I wanted to say to you tonight, guys, is that going into a brand new year, there's never better energy for you to say, do you know what? I'm going to make 2023 my best year ever. I'm going to go for my dreams. What have I got to lose? If you do the same as you're doing now and you don't go big, you could potentially be in the same place this time next year. And if you think I only opened the doors to this mini castle of mine that I manifested last year in May of this year, did a load of retreats, have done bed and breakfast all summer, and it's November, and I manifested the damn salon next door as a potential, it's in line, it's there, it's lined up in manifestation, then actually anything's possible for you as well. So think about what it is you really want and why you want it. That question I'm going to leave with you tonight. What is it you really want and why do you want it? So I hope this has inspired you to take action yourself tonight, because that's the reason I'm sharing. Not sharing because I want to brag about things. I've got nothing to brag about yet because I haven't actually got the money from the bank and bought it. When I've got the money from the bank and bought it, maybe I can brag a bit. But right now, I just wanted to share the process with you. And you can come along on the journey like you did with the castle. Come along on the journey with me, because by Christ, if I do get it, I'll share what it looks like before, what it looks like during, and what it looks like after, just like I did with the castle, so you can see the whole process. So go and have a wonderful evening. I will see you in the same time, same place next Tuesday evening with goodness knows what topic I will be speaking about next week, because sometimes I don't make my mind up till 5 minutes before, so you just never know. So have an awesome week, everybody. Thank you for listening, those of you that have made it to the end, and go and manifest something great. Please do. I really want that for you too.